So I've been watching YouTube 10, 15 years now, and some of my favorite YouTubers like Spencer Cornelia or Graham Stephan, or not really Meet Kevin, but he's in the same category, ended up being real estate agents. And I thought it was a really interesting thing to ponder. Why is there a good chunk of, especially financial YouTubers, that end up being real estate agents? And today I just wanted to spend some time and blabber about that and kind of blabber about some of the positives and negatives of being a real estate agent and how they would naturally feed into becoming a YouTuber. If you're wondering what the answer of it is, simple truth of it is that it's fairly easy to become a real estate agent. It's an income that is very flexible, making it so that you can work on YouTube but also be finding clients for real estate really easily. And then lastly, it makes it so that you're naturally asking more questions as a real estate agent that can feed into YouTube ideas easier. It's easier to become a YouTuber being a real estate agent just because the way that the profession is. But today I just kind of wanted to blabber about being a real estate agent, trying to become a YouTuber, and some of those things around it. So my name is Paden, I'm Clancy Fairbanks, and let's talk about it. So it's easier becoming a YouTuber from being a real estate agent because of those three reasons I said earlier. The profession naturally makes it so that you've got time flexibility around it. It makes it so that you've got income while you're able to still doing YouTube. And then lastly, it helps expand your mind to create ideas for YouTube videos. And let's just jump right on into the kind of the first point I want to talk about. It's the income piece of it, that you're able to have a good, solid, stable income if you're doing real estate effectively. And then on top of that, you're still able to create YouTube videos. An interesting thing about real estate is that it's super easy to become a real estate agent. It's a 120 credit hour course. There's already academics now where you can do the course for free, and then the test in Utah is like $125 or something like that. So give it 3 weeks after work, trying to pour in 4 or 5 hours. That's what I did, and you'll be able to get it done within 3 weeks or a month or whatever and whatnot. And then on top of that, once you do become a real estate agent, if you start working immediately, let's say door knocking, going to open houses, doing what a lot of people do, you could really start having an income within 2 or 3 months. I say all this, but always realize it's hard to be a real estate agent. There's not many real estate agents that succeed. We've got a turnover rate of like 86% or something ridiculous like that. But if it suits your personality, like it suits my personality, or like it seems like it suits Graham Stephan's personality, real estate is a great avenue to go for some people, especially if you're comfortable just continually working without an expectation of getting paid that day, and really understanding that you're going to get paid 2 or 3 months in the future. But like this today, I've checked in with all my clients today. I've done all the reviewing that I need to do specifically for the active under contract homes that I have. And now all of a sudden I've got 6 hours. I could choose to spend the 6 hours, let's say, prospecting for leads. Later today we're going to go buy some pumpkins and we're going to go wander around and hand them out to the houses around us. Or, because I can do whatever I want to do with my time, I can make a YouTube video. And I could choose to do a bunch of research or no research, but regardless, I've got the time and the flexibility to be able to do this, which kind of goes into the second point. That second point being that you've got true flexibility with being a real estate agent that you wouldn't have, let's say, if I was still a construction worker or if I was a quality assurance manager or something like that. You don't necessarily get to choose the time that you want to do stuff, especially if you have kids, especially if you have a wife. And so if you're a single dude like Graham Stephan and Spencer Cornelia are, or they were when they started their channel, and on top of that you've got a flexible schedule, all of a sudden it makes it so much easier to go out and make really interesting, great YouTube videos. I kind of meshed all these points together, but to emphasize that as importantly as possible, not only is it flexible, but really you can post this stuff on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, and all of a sudden you're starting to get more clients, like I do all the time. Hey guys, here's my new video. Why don't you take a little gander at it? And then also on top of that, there's a lot of nuance on top of it. But the flexibility makes it easier for YouTubers to become, or for real estate agents to become YouTubers because of that. And also because they're getting paid at the same time if they're doing those basic steps to keep getting more clients. And so then lastly, we go to real estate naturally puts your mind in a place to be able to think creatively about different YouTube videos in general. A lot of people in the world right now live a pretty simple life, which there's nothing wrong with that. But they go and get a job, they come home, they're putting money in their 401k. Their plan is to retire at the age of 63. Maybe they'll get a wife, maybe they'll get some kids, maybe they'll buy a house and they'll use 35% of their income to be able to buy that house. real estate agents naturally see a lot of really crazy aspects of the world. We're not necessarily thinking about putting money into our 401k. I could put money into my 401k, but I'm self-employed. I can tell you that I own a property right now that's got some equity in it, and I can tell you that we've taken home like $4,000 from it in the last 5 months or something like that. Those are the avenues that I look at for me being able to retire. I don't want to retire at 63. I don't even know if I ever really want to retire, but I want to be able to put money into investments that would make it so that I could work less or be more full-time of a YouTuber by the time of, let's say I'm 50 or 45 or whatever and whatnot. I want my schedule to be set up in a way that I'm able to go to my kids' football game whenever I have kids, and they're 16 or whatever and whatnot. But on top of that, there's just pieces of real estate that make you ponder more stuff. So let's just start with something simple. You see, I get a default list every week, and the default list is basically mortgage companies saying, look, we're going to file this default on your home, we're going to file foreclosure in 90 days or whatever the time frame that actually is. And so now you've already got 100 million questions. One, there's going to be wholesalers that are targeting these people to try to buy their homes at a discounted value to pay off the mortgage, to make it so they can keep some of their equity. You've got real estate agents that are probably trying to jump on there and trying to help them sell their home so they keep some of their equity, but it's just an income stream for real estate agents in general. You've got the emotional side of going into default, and like that's stuff that I ponder all the time. Like, how hard would that be to get a letter in default and stuff like that? But then all of a sudden, like, too, if you're able to buy a property at a discount and you're able to help somebody keep some of their income or some of their equity in their home, or even maybe possibly you don't sell the home at all. You talk to a lender, there's ability for them to be able to refinance and programs and stuff to make it so they can keep their home. That's the best option. But all of a sudden, in this one simple real estate scenario, you've got these 6 or 7 different avenues of very strange, interesting things that you could possibly do, that you go and learn more about. It's not that in construction there's not that many avenues, but you're not naturally exposed to having to expand your mind as much as you would be in real estate, unless you're starting to be in the in different echelons of a really professional electrician, let's say, that can understand the science behind electricity and the flow or whatever and whatnot. There's other avenues that you can see it, but in real estate, because there's not as much of a guidebook as there is for a lot of other careers, you're forced to learn a lot of stuff. And a lot of that stuff is super easy to make really interesting. Home inspections, going to talk to a home inspector, or just seeing the home inspections that you can see, great video idea. Being able to go look at a $5 million home, and you can just go there and look at it because some real estate agents will let you do that. Great video idea. It's really easy to create these in-depth, interesting video ideas that you can just post on your YouTube channel. And it expands your mind a lot easier than I think. It expands your mind, and then you have the time to do it, and then hopefully you've got income to make it so that you can spend time working on those videos. I think that being a real estate agent naturally gives you the ability to become a YouTuber if you wanted to. Because even still, there's one and the same in a lot of ways. It's about professionalism, but it's also about being a salesperson and being able to present and explain stuff in an in-depth manner. That's what the best agents are. They can explain stuff really well, they can make you comfortable with a transaction, and they're skilled at continually talking, communicating, and being effective at it, which is just YouTube in general. And so that's all I really want to talk about today. One of the natural things that make it easier for real estate agents to become YouTubers is those aspects that I talked about before. And I would question if Graham Stephan, Spencer Cornelia, even like especially Spencer Cornelia, that dude is flipping houses and now he's flipping cars and he's getting sued from some scammer or something like that. But it's really interesting to see that a lot of that stuff occurred when he started with real estate, and the real estate was his crutch to be able to start doing YouTube, and a lot where some of his income started with. Graham Stephan, the only reason he became a YouTuber was because he was selling houses and he wanted to start YouTube. His first videos weren't on all finance, they were just on real estate and doing real estate and stuff like that. So super interesting. Me, Kevin, I don't know much about him. I just put him on there and I noticed it. But other than that, I just want to talk about that quick today. I thought it was kind of interesting. Let me know if you got any other questions. Real estate agent here in Utah. A like and subscribe is always really appreciated. A comment. If let's say that you've seen other you know what would be really interesting. If there's other YouTubers out there that are real estate agents, comment them down below and let me know, because I'm wondering how many of them actually are real estate agents. I think that'd be super interesting. But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye bye now.